Yo, what is up YouTube? So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a comprehensive play guide. So this video is going to be long, all right? If this is helpful to you, like and subscribe. But basically what we're going to do a play guide using Machikana Tanhoiza, otherwise known as Mambo. And we're going to be playing with a free-to-play deck. I'm going to show you how to make a free-to-play deck, how to make a deck with cards that you likely have either through story, through club points, through friend points, through events that were pretty fairly recent that you should have max limit break. Again, if this is helpful to you, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want me to do another one of these guides, it'll probably come a lot later, but like, let me know what Uma you would like me to cover if you'd like to see more of these. I'd appreciate it. But let's get started. So first things first, this is a beginner's guide. I'm going to be going through all my thoughts about like every decision I'm making and how we're setting this up so that we have the best chance to succeed and have ideally a good rated Uma. Now, the shop is very RNG, okay? So things can go awry, but we're going to see how we do, okay? Machikana Tanhoiza, this is the Uma that I have the most experience with Make a New Track. So we are going to use her as an example. She's also a 2-star Uma, which I believe a lot of people should have. If not now, then within the next couple weeks or a month or so. So long as you're rolling for characters, you'll eventually get Machikana Tanhoiza. I think she's a fairly good example to begin with because she has a very clear weakness that some Umas who are a little more better suited for making a new track do not have. And that weakness is right there in her distance aptitude. She has mild D rating. Mild D rating is pretty tough because what that means is that for the typical schedule for a Make a New Track, and this is for every Uma, during the junior year, there's actually not a lot of like medium distance races. A lot of them are mild distance races. This includes the Niigata Junior Stakes, the Sapporo Junior Stakes, Saudi Arabia, Artemis Stakes, Kyoto Junior Stakes. A lot of the early races, which your rivals can appear in, are mile distance races. So having a bad mile rating is pretty detrimental because it means that during at least a junior year, you're gonna not have that many options for racing. So it's very important that we improve the mile rating for Machikana Tanhoiza such that she has a much easier time in the early game, okay? Not only does she have low mile rating, but because my 5-star Uma, or because my Machikana Tanhoiza is 5 stars, she has better base stats. But typically speaking, like, her speed stat is the lowest out of everything, which is really difficult because your distance aptitude is a multiplier on your speed. So if you have an A rating for your distance aptitude, you have like 100% effectiveness, you can go, right? But if you have like a B rating or a C rating, we're talking about like 90, 80% of your speed stat is only being utilized there, which is really tough and not very easy to deal with, especially for these early races. So we have to change that. How do we change that? We use legacy Umas to help boost our rating. Now, you could look for these legacy Umas. This whole sheet, by the way, this whiteboard is in the notes. You can find the notes in the description below. You could use any of these websites to help you look for friends, for sparks to help you shore up your Uma's weaknesses. If you're too lazy, you don't want to do that, then just understand like all the Umas are like, it's going to be very uneven who would be able to make a new track or not. El Condor Pasa is a pretty easy recommendation if you don't really want to go through the trouble of looking for sparks. I guess it's not really that hard. Another one I believe would be like Daiwa Scarlet, she's free, and Vodka. These are pretty easy Umas to raise, but we're gonna go with this and stick with that, right? And we're gonna use this parent that I found on the website, and what she has is basically a bunch of stamina stats as well as long, but she also has 3 stars in mile, which I need, right? If in order for me to reach my mile rating into raising 2 letter grades, I have to follow this chart, right? So I'm D rated, and so I need at least 4 stars. That means I need 2 pink slots to get B rating. So I have 3 with this parent, and then I just put in my own parent, who isn't that great, right? I mean, she has guts 1, stamina, power, but she has mild 2 stars. Which is what I need. And she also has some long distance, which I'm kind of aiming for here as well. The long distance is for the champions meeting. Maybe you're not looking to do that. Maybe you're just looking for score. Then don't worry about it. But the important thing is that she has 2 stars in mile rating. And with Tamamo Cross having 3 stars in mile rating, that's a total of 5 stars. That means I have 5 stars here. My D rating turns into B. And this is very essential because, again, the early races, we need to have at least B mile rating to have an easy time. You can try to run an Uma with C distance rating for either mile or medium. You don't want to do both. It's just going to be very, very difficult, though. It's going to be very hard mode. So we have B mile and A medium. If I try to get one more, it's typically just not very nice in terms of sparks. So B mile is very doable in my experience. We'll see, though, with a free-to-play deck. This is actually my first time running with a free-to-play deck. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to make a free-to-play deck. So in that same whiteboard, in that same notes, I have a list of common cards. I don't really know how else to describe them. There are SR cards here. There are event cards. There are story cards, right? There are cards that the community or my channel has advised you to pull on and, you know, get good limit breaks on. So these are a list of common cards that a lot of people should have that you should think about building your deck with. And so the nice, easy way to go about this is to try and get a lot of race bonus. Try to get the number to like 50, right? You want 50%, and you can get this 50% easily with cards like with the 15% race bonus. These are cards you don't really want to borrow, by the way, so try not to do that. But the cards that you can, like, typically find in a lot of people's accounts, one of them is Marvelous Sunday, right? This is a 15% race bonus. We're not going to go through each one of these cards one by one, but Nishino Flower is another one. Ayabe, maybe not a lot of people have. Let's talk about Machikana Tenhoiza specifically first. What I want to do with this deck is I want to build her for the Pisces Cup. So I'm going to need a lot of stamina. I probably need a stamina card. And I also need to make sure her speed stat gets up too, because if you notice, all my sparks does not have like any speed, right? So I need some help with that in that department. So I need some speed cards. Very common speed cards that you're going to see that have good race bonus. Unfortunately, there's only really like 5% for speed cards. Tosin Jordan is a very high recommend because she has pretty decent stats and 5% race bonus. You can use any of the SR speed cards besides King Halo, and I don't know where Vodka is in terms of race bonus. I think she might be okay. But a lot of the speed cards have 5% race bonus, with the exception being Shinko Windy. This is like a god card for free-to-play players. She has 10% race bonus. But we're not going to use her because she's like more recent than other SR speed cards, so it's not always very likely you have her maximum break. If we're looking at like only free-to-play cards, then these two are pretty much easy. This is an event card, very recent. Everyone should have maximum break version of it, but if you don't, then you can substitute it for one of the SR speed cards, maximum break, who have 5% speed bonus, right? Or ideally, Kita-san Black, who everyone has advised to pull on. That has 5% race bonus as well, okay? But if you don't have Kita-san Black, whatever. We're gonna use Tosin Jordan, okay? Because I think a lot of people do have that card. I need 3 speed cards typically for Machikana Tenhoiza. So my 2 options for borrow slot, right? Because it's kind of hard for me to get other speed cards. It's not hard for me to get the other attributes. I'm going to be looking at 2 cards. I'm going to be looking at Machikana Fukukitaru and Natisa Top Road. And these 2 cards, what's going to help me determine whether or not I pick one or the other is really just like what they offer. Machikana Fukukitaru is a card that makes your early game very easy or easier because she gives you 150 base stats at max limit break. So 30 stats in all 5 stat attributes. Initial stats is a huge boost to your early game career and helps out a ton when trying to win those mile races, especially with a lower distance rating. If you're not having trouble with winning those mile races, then I would say, sure, you could run Biko Pegasus. If you really want speed stats specifically to be like really high, then Biko Pegasus is your girl. Otherwise, I'd probably go with Natisa Top Road if you're looking to boost your overall stat effectiveness, because she has that really good unique perk to improve training effectiveness once you reach 200,000 fans. Machikana Tenhoiza Mambo. My weakness is the early game, so I'm going to be going with Machikana Fukukitaru. So I have 10% race bonus between these 2 cards. Machikana has 10% race bonus, so I have 20. Now we have to find a way to build up to 50. So I'm going to use cards that have a high race bonus. or at least think of it first. And I think we're going to see what we could do with Marvelous Sunday. So let's just throw Marvelous Sunday in because she has 15% race bonus. So I had 20. Now I have 35. Okay, fine. I want Stamina card as well because I'm trying to build for Pisces. And Pisces Cup is a long distance track. That means I want a lot of stamina. So I'm going to be going with the stamina card that pretty much is the only option. Now you have Medjero McQueen who has 5% race bonus. You have Rice Shower who has 5% race bonus I think if you max Limit Breaker, though I highly advise you don't do it. You also have Medjero Bright who has 5% race bonus if this is the new event card that's happening right now. So might be okay. But overall, I would suggest the Manhattan Cafe who has 10% race bonus at max Limit Break, which is very good, right? So we're at 20. Now we're at 35. Now we're at 45. Now that's great. I only need like 5% race bonus and I have like the 50% number. I want some wit. So I'm going to get some wit. And for that, I'm probably going to go with either Agnes Tachyon or Medjero Dober. I've asked chat, like if you guys have Medjero Dober, let me know in the comments if you do. But Medjero Dober, this SSR wit card, this is an event card. But apparently not a lot of people have her because they were taking a break during that time. I'm not exactly sure when this card was coming out. If you don't have Medjero Dober, then if you're running a front runner, Mihono Bourbon is a great option because she's 5% race bonus and she comes with an amazing skill for front runners. This is like, even for pay to win decks, this is like your best in slot for a front runner wit card. This card, Satsuno Diamond, she's okay, but she has 5% race bonus, so that helps, right? And that would certainly fit in our slot. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. We'll play with Satsuno Diamond. The only thing that you want to keep in mind with Satsuno Diamond is that in order for her perk to activate, she needs 4 different type of cards, which we do have. Speed, wit, stamina, power. There you go, right? We have 50% race bonus, pretty much exactly. Now, obviously, this is not the best deck around. You're not going to get like the most stats. You're not going to get like easy SS ratings, but this is like pretty free to play. This is story. This is an event that was fairly recent. This is an event that was fairly recent. This is literally the event going on right now. If you just log in every day, you'll get this. And Manhattan Cafe has been in the game since launch, so hopefully some people have it. If you don't have a stamina card, I would probably suggest going with like another power card who you could do like Nishino Flower. That's 15% race bonus. This is a very highly value card. Daitaku has 10%, or Hishiamasa who has 10%, who also has like straightaway spurt. Very good card for end closers. You could do another power and then you turn off Satsuno Diamond's effect and probably get any one of the wit cards that have 5% race bonus, like Agnes Tachyon, like Marvelous Sunday, but you're using Marvelous Sunday power that you can't use them at the same time, or Medjero Dober. But we're gonna go with this deck. Let's give this a shot. Okay. So we have Mile rating up. Now, one thing that is very useful to keep in mind for Track Blazer, typically speaking, most content creators, and me included, in the past have advised you to not buy skills and to delay this buying process as long as possible. This is not the case for Make a New Track, because in Make a New Track, you kind of live and die off the races that you win. Buying skills early is actually recommended, especially if you're not having a very good time in the early game winning races. So some skills that I'm going to be looking to buy include Slick Surge, which increases my acceleration during the late race, which is good. It's a random skill, but it's still better than nothing. And also I have it at high hint levels. The reason why I have this at high hint levels, by the way, already is because I use the skill hint books. You can consider using those. They're fairly limited supply. We'll get more in the future down the road. But if you don't have these hints, that's fine. You just buy them a little later then, right? Another skill hint that I'm looking to buy is White Lightning Coming Through, which is a mid-race skill that gives me some speed. It's from Tamamo Cross. That's her inherited unique skill. It gives you some speed, and if it carries over, it can also give me some acceleration as well. So these two skills typically help me a lot. You want to be looking at your Uma and what skills that you have available that you think are going to help you in the early sort of phase, if that's your trouble, right? And I think for most Umas, that's like pretty much all their troubles are. But we're gonna look at all these trainings. Now we're in the junior year, pre-debut, so not make debut yet, right? And so what we're gonna be doing here in this phase, there's no shop. We're just gonna be looking to build friendship as much as possible. So we don't care about, like, we do care about speed, and we want to get this ideally to around 250, 300 speed as much as we can, by like at least like a little after the junior make debut. But you also want to look at the bonds, because this is like typically the easiest time for you to build bonds, or rather that's the only thing you can do. So Narita Brian has a pretty big weakness in having no friendship. I'm going to be looking to try and build friendship with her, especially that she has a hint. Hints give more friendship, so we'll do that. So you see, oh, we got right-handed, 4 hints, and we got friendship. Friendship is always going to happen, but there you go. Yeah, I've never seen these events before. I've never used these cards. But, okay. There we go. Now, see, like, stamina is cool. Like, I have 2 friends here. But, like, stamina is not a stat that I really want to be building too much into. Especially considering Mambo, like, I have so much stamina. What do I need stamina for, right? So, my decision-making, even though, like, there's more friends here, I'm gonna be like, let's see if we can do, like, speed or wit. Wit is almost like a mulligan. I'm gonna get some energy and, like, see what happens next turn to use the energy instead of using my energy here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do wit here. See if we could get like 2 friends on speed ideally. That'd be nice. 1 friend on speed, but it's Machigana 10, Fukukitaru. Every training has 1 Uma. So I think I'm gonna go with speed here. Words aren't enough. Okay. We have, ooh, nice base speed there. Very nice. Now there's 3 friends here. That's kind of hard to pass up. But we have 2 friends and wit here. I think we're going to go with this because I'm going to float some energy. And 2 friends is, like, if it's wit training, it's almost like equivalent to 1 friend, you know? So long as you have friends on there to begin with, obviously. Same goes with guts training. Like, I have 3 friends here, 3 friends here, but look what guts training gives me. It's going to give me some speed, right? And, like, from my experience, I need speed. I need speed because my base speed is so pitiful with Machigana 10 Hoiza. And I have a 5-star Uma, so just imagine what you have. Let's do that. Okay. 3 friends on speed. Amazing. Amazing. Very nice training. 15 speed right there. And this is all to set myself up to have easy races in the beginning. Hopefully easy. I would say I'm just gonna for the guide, like, this is very acceptable to click on. I'm just gonna rest. We can rest. I want to try not to mess up this run that I'm recording and putting so much time and effort into explaining everything I'm doing. You gotta evaluate the stakes between what you're doing. Okay, we're gonna do speed here because we have so much energy, and it's more speed the better. Okay. So for this one, mood and speed or energy and stamina? I'm gonna get mood and speed. It's less stats, but speed is speed, you know? Alright, energy and speed. Like, my wit training is just like a mini speed training. Also, wit training is just good to begin with. But usually you want like at least 2 wit cards. With this girl, with Machigana 10 or Fukukitaru, pretty much you always want to pick the top choice. There's almost no reason to ever pick the bottom choice. And the reason why is the top choice has a chance to give you stats, which also continues the event chain, which has a chance to give you even more stats, which is amazing, you know? But yeah, we're gonna go over here as well. Okay, so, but you see how we're getting very close to that 300 number, And that's going to help me out a ton. That's going to help me out a ton with the early game. I'm going to get some energy and stamina here. Pretty nice event to get early. And you notice my wit training is already kind of high, which is nice. And over here, I think I'm just going to go for Marvelous Sunday again. And then this one is Energy and Mood. Let's do it. I haven't played with these cards too often. But yeah. You definitely don't want to lose the debut. Okay, so if you lose the debut, you know, maybe just reset the run. But, you know, it's going to be trial and error. I'm going to actually take, like, a skill here. I do think I'm pretty strong. But I'm not going to wait for another inspiration. This is a unique skill coming from my guest legacy, Uma. I'm not going to wait for an inspiration to buy this. I'm going to buy this pretty much because I need this for the junior year. There's no more discounts coming for this. I'm going to buy this. And it's going to reliably improve my races as Machigane Tenhoisa. Yeah, if you miss the debut, it's like, it's pretty rough. Now the debut race, typically speaking, you want to do whatever strategy you want to acquire the most skills for. But for the debut race, you can just do this and you'll be fine. If you want to just like, if your stats are really good, you can just do front running to reduce the chance of being blocked. I'm still going to do a late surger with Machigane Tenhoisa because my unique skill really only works if I'm a late surger, and this skill only really works if I'm like a late surge or end closer as well. So I'm just gonna have to stick with the strategy and hope I do not get blocked. Okay. Very sketchy. 5 lengths. Okay, we're nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. Okay. Now the post race event. You always want to look at this, and you always just want to look at the average, right? 35 divided by 2 is like 17.5, and this is like 20. On average, the bottom choices are almost always going to be better, but not for not when you're losing any of the graded races, typically. But if you're winning, the bottom option is almost always better on average to go for. I guess assuming the energy is 50-50, like 50-50 to get -10, -25. I'm not exactly sure what the percentages are, but in my experience, it usually doesn't mess up my runs anyway. All right, always want to take a look at the shop. Speed, notepad, anything notepad is do not ever buy. There's no situation ever that you would ever buy this. Grilled carrots is a very cool item to get early. It helps improve your bond gauges. You're just gonna pop that immediately. But everything else, like, these things expire in 6 turns, and the more you race, the more items are added. So my general advice, like, there's very little like exceptions to this, is just to wait until the last turn to buy them. Okay, and we'll probably go over some nuance as we go through this playthrough, obviously, but you typically don't need to buy them very early, right? You always want to maintain as many options as you can with the shop coins that you'll amass, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Like, even bond gauge over here is not going to push anyone to 80. So the orange bar, right? So there's just no point in me buying it early. I could buy it later. This is just speed and wit. The other skill is a front runner skill that I'm not ever using. Okay. This is top option. If it's a chain, you see like 1, 2, 3. It's always the top option. Very lucky there. Wow, 4 friends. That's crazy. Director Akikawa is not your friend. Okay, she gave me 2 skill points. She could be my friend. We got 3 chains here. Nice. Super lucky 7. This is the first time I got that event. It's pretty lucky. That's 21 speed that I otherwise would not have. Keep that in mind. That's pretty good. So, okay, there is a race here, right? As soon as you, like, do your first, maybe couple turns, you'll start getting races. OP races, races are good because you get, like, the same amount of shop coins no matter the race. But you want to keep in mind, like, the G3 races that are coming up because these are the races you can have rivals in. So the OP races are, like, they're good, they're fine, but you can easily just, like, take training over them. What you don't want to take training over are the rival races. So I'm just going to take a look at my training, see if we have any opportunity to build a lot of bond. Looks like I do. I have, like, this guts training here, but, like, my failure rating is pretty high. That does kind of suck. So, honestly, I think I might race here just so that I could get some coins. Now, it's a mile race, and it's kind of tough, but then again, it's raining. Okay, you don't have to factor all of these in. I'm just thinking out loud. But, like, I have some good stamina. It's raining. It's soft. Maybe we'll be better skill-wise, right? So, let's do that. Let's try it. The trainings that I have aren't very good. And on top of that, I don't really have the energy. But I might as well use my energy for racing, which you do. Like, obviously, I didn't spend energy now, but what happens after a race is you spend energy after. So I got 20 energy off right there, right? Or minus 20 energy. That's a high roll event, by the way. Whenever Etsuko is, like, congratulating you for a job well done, that's a high roll event. That's pretty nice. So we're actually getting pretty lucky there. We could get... It doesn't really matter which one we do there. Okay, so now we have a rival race, right? And if I look here, there's another G3. And there's no G3 here. I've raced before, that's good. And now this is a second race. Even if a rival appears here, that would be my third race in a row. And that's fine. You want to race in threes. You don't want to race more than 3 times in a row. Because at that point, you're putting yourself at a huge risk. I went over it in a video, but just to go over it again, consecutive race risks. Essentially, if you race 4 times in a row, no matter what energy level you're at, whether you have 1 energy, 100 energy, 0 energy, you're guaranteed to get mood down. You have a 33% chance for a skin outbreak and 40% chance to minus 30 stats. That's obviously just, you never ever want to do this. It's a really high chance. There is an exception. Okay, with a lot of things in Musume, there are exceptions. And that's if your 4th race is on late December. If your 4th race is on late December of any year, junior year, classic year, senior year, then you're fine to do that 4th race. The reason why is because there's always an end of the year event that overrides any bad events that would come. So you could do that on the end of any year. But otherwise, stick to 3, if not like 2. But yeah, if I look at the trainings, just double check. Very high failure rates. My energy's low. I'm gonna take a look at the shop. I have 3 turns left on these. I have plenty of time. That's fine. I got a stamina notepad from winning that last race. Not very good. I'm gonna go ahead and race. We're gonna hit the rival race. Push our luck. Check out the predictions. Looks pretty good. Okay, great. And this is all because I put so much emphasis and focus on getting speed early. Because this mile rating is only going to get me at like 90% effectiveness, I believe, chat. Let me know. But this is cutting my speed by like 30. Almost. Or 32.6 to be exact. So like, I need this. But yeah. There you go. Very good. So we got the race. It's done. Chat, am I at 90% effectiveness with B rating? Wow, I get so much Etsuko events. Minus 10%? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna get stamina and skill points. How much race bonus do I have? I have 50% race bonus with this deck. You could always check on your perks. You could count it up. This is 30 plus 15. That's 45. And what isn't counted are the unique effects, which are over here. So that's 50 with this race bonus. Okay. The unique perks do not count in your perks list. Okay, so I have 45 plus 5, 50. Now I am at truly no energy. Racing will put me at 3rd consecutive race. There is no rival here, so I don't need to race this. But there is no rival guaranteed on next turn. So, sorry, I'm gonna have to make Mambo just a little quieter. Just a little quieter when I'm talking. Okay? But, yeah. There's no rival race on this upcoming turn. So I can safely rest here if I wanted to. And then prepare myself for the next set of races, right? Early October, if I look at this, another G3, and these are G2s that I can do, right? So, like, I have a lot of options, but what I want to make sure is we could go to my agenda, and what I have here is a list of all the G1 races, okay? I advise you to do this yourself. Go into your agenda and just, like, go through each of them. Click all the G1 races, and then once you've clicked all of them, going through each of the months, click Save Schedule. And then you could save into your agenda. These are all the G1 races. And so what I want to do is, I'm looking at these last 2 G1 races. I can race 4 times in a row, starting from daily high to, or rather early November to late December. I could do that. So that's something I'm thinking about. Otherwise, though, I'm fine with doing like 3 races in a row, late November to late December. Or we could do early December, late December, and then early January. That's a string of 3 races, right? But if I technically wanted to race the most, as much as possible, then 4 races in a row. I'm gonna try and think about doing this string of 4. But that would only require me to rest over here, which is totally fine. I can try and do that. But my energy is really low, but it's not 0. As long as it's not 0, I don't run the risk of anything, pretty much. Except like a small failure at 3 races. With 1 energy or more, right? I do have like 15% of skin outbreak and 60% of mood down, which is like not the worst. Having mood down is not like the end of the world for Track Blazer. So I'll do this 3rd race. And we definitely don't have the rival. We definitely don't have a rival next turn. The reason why is because there's no graded race next turn. So we're always going to go with the bottom. Nice, we get more items, and the hammers are very good. Hammers are gold. Even the silver or iron hammers, they're gold. They're good. You want to buy them. Okay. No pads you skip. So you see now that they're going to expire. Now I'm going to be like, okay, what do I buy? What do I like not want to give up? Cleat hammers are always good. You always pretty much want to buy them. Motivating megaphone, this is the 40%. There's another one that's called, I think, coaching. That's 20%. I usually don't care about the 20%. But 40% and higher, I will buy. So we're going to buy these. And we're going to just leave the notepads. I have 3 turns left on this artisan cleat hammer. I'm okay. So now we can think about resting. There's no training that's going to be done here. We don't have any items to cheat any of my trainings. So it's a rest here. Easy. But yeah, it sounds like I'm talking a lot and I'm doing a lot right now. But it's a lot of information, obviously, to take in at once. But once you get into the habit of it, the role of it, like, you know, it's just clicking buttons. And it's following a certain set of policies to do your future runs. I think it's pretty manageable to keep going, if that makes any sense. Sorry, a lot of words there. All right, 2 turns, artisan cleat hammer, and I have a pretty good amount of items here. So like another thing you want to look at is like your shop coins and the items that you have available. Do I have enough to buy the items that I want to buy? Well, easy way to check that is by clicking all the items I want to buy. And it's like, okay, I do. So like skipping a race here or 2 is not that the end of the world, you know? That's something I just want to keep in mind, right? But And it's nice. Like, again, the name of the scenario is make a new track blazer. You want to race as many times as you can, so you have the shop coins needed or available to you that you can make these decisions where, like, oh, I don't really have to race if I don't want to. I have the coins necessary. You know what I mean? You have that option. But we are going to race anyway because there's a rival racer. And rival racers give you hints. They give you a possibility of stats. And they refresh your shop or stock your shop with more items. It's fairly complex, but it's time consuming because of the additional little checks for races, shop to buy items. Yeah, it's very engaging because you're always kind of just thinking, like, what can I get away with and how can I do this in the best way, right? Because you're planning turns ahead. You're looking at your shop. The shop, holy, huge. We just got a bunch of items and some really good ones too. So, like, I had the shop coins to buy everything I wanted. Now, I don't know. Like, we have to see. There's a rival here, right? So we'll highly consider racing this turn for sure. This is gonna expire. Pretty much there's like no way I'm not buying this, so I will buy this immediately. But for everything else, like, okay, having megaphones in stock are fine. Let's see what we can do. Three megaphones, that's not bad. Typically I don't really care too much about stamina ankle weights because I don't train stamina that much, but having one in the bag is pretty nice, especially for summer, just in case. But grilled carrots, you always want to buy these manuals. This is fine. This is nice. But now you see, like, I'm running low. I'm running low on coins here, and I want to buy, like, empowering. That's the best megaphone you can get. I want to buy the speed ankle weights. I want to buy this wit scroll. I'm running low on coins, so I want to buy stuff. I want to race more. We're gonna take the wit scroll, and we're gonna take the manual because they're gonna improve my stats immediately, for sure, and that's gonna help me win races. So we're gonna buy the wit scroll. We're gonna buy the manual, right? And it will be automatically used. You can set this yourself. If you go to the menu options, you click on this setting when exchanging items from the pro shop. Click on this, allows it so that when you buy certain items, pretty much just the stat upgrades, they'll be used immediately because there's just like no reason to stockpile them. Pretty much, I can't think of a reason where you would want to stockpile them. But yeah, you can see, like, I have so many items I want to buy. I'm running low on coins. I need to, like, race. So let's do it. We have a rival, and hopefully we can win. You know, yeah, hopefully we can win. Not too much. Use your grilled carrots. I'm gonna use my grilled carrots before training. You could use them immediately though. That's fine. Yeah, it will not use the grilled carrots. Nice. Cool. Nishino flower usually gives me a lot of trouble early. There's merit to waiting if you get charming. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, the carrots, that's very, very good that you mentioned that. You can hoard the carrots. Like, obviously look at your training, see if you could, like, bump anyone to 80. Like, I could bump her to 80, right? It bumps everyone. But if you do get charming, then the carrots do give you more bond. So yeah, typically use them as early as you can, but, like, you don't have to either. This is my third race in a row, so I could easily do this race, skip the next one, and then do these G1s and a third one in January. That's probably where my plan is right now, because I have, like, these items, the Clee Hammer, the Speed Ankle Weights, this one. These are must buys, and the Good Luck Charm, this is gold. You always want this, okay? This one I definitely want. And now that the charm is an option as well, I might think about doing some training, but there's nothing here with a lot of, like, incentive. So I think we are gonna race here, and because we are gonna race, we don't have to buy these 2-turn items, because I'm gonna race and then I'm gonna see my options. So let's do that. I do have 0 energy though. So you don't typically want to race on 0 energy because your energy will have a risk. You will, I'm sorry, 100% on the 3rd race, you'll get a mood down. So I want to reduce that as much as I can. 40%, sure. 25% for a skin outbreak, that's really bad too. So I need some energy. And that's kind of where this item's niche comes in. This is 30 coins, and it's technically cheaper than the Vita 20. So it gives you some energy when you do need some energy. You know what I mean? So like in this scenario, like I think this is fine to pick up. It pretty much functions the same exact way as the Vita 20 in my case, because I'm going to use this 20 energy anyway. It's actually better if I buy this. Thinking about it, like if I'm at 0 energy, it's actually better that I buy this to race than buying the Vita 20, because I'm going to very likely use this 20 energy. The only time I don't is if I win and I get the high roll on the bottom option and I only use 10. But then again, I'm just floating 10 energy, like who cares, right? I'd rather just take the max energy. So I'm going to buy this, I'm going to consume it immediately because I am planning on racing, and we're going to race. Where does race bonus apply? Every race you do, you are getting stat bonuses and skill points, and this is affected by race bonus. So it could be a little bit of luck, especially with the Machigana Fukukitaru, but like because my base stat on speed is so high, I am having the easiest time ever with these races. This might not reflect your situation, obviously, because you might not get as lucky with the speed stat, but that's why you want to keep in mind early, like in that junior pre-debut phase, to build speed as much as you can. Wit training is a way to keep energy and train speed. So just always be thinking about speed. Okay, so we take a mood and a skin outbreak, unfortunate, but we do have a miracle cure in our shop. So like the risk is totally fine. Again, I don't really care too much about the mood. But here it's like, I think we're just going to go with the stats. We don't really need energy because I have the Vita 20 in the shop. You have to think about that. Now, this is going to put me at 4th race in a row. There's no purpose, no reason whatsoever for me to do this race. So anything that's expiring is something that's going to expire, or I would have to buy. If it's 2 turns or below, I would have to buy them now. So we're going to buy all the things I want. That's on 1 turn. I'm going to cure my condition. I don't want skin outbreak. That's just going to continuously plummet my mood. And everything else we can kind of keep in the shop for now. So that's what we're going to do. Now, I have a good luck charm. Let me look at my trainings. They're not really that great. So I think in this instance, I am going to rest no matter what. Like, the bonds that I increase wouldn't be that crazy. And I'm just going to use the bond. I'm trying to use the bond whenever I have charming. It's not a high chance, but it's there, you know? Make sure I use my miracle cure before passing the turn because I don't want my skin outbreak to proc and give myself a random mood down. But other than that, we're good to go. We're going to rest here. Well rested. Nice. See? Work hard, rest hard. That's the saying, right? That's how it goes. Okay, so the G1s are here. The G1s are here, and we want to race these G1s, like, absolutely. And this is where we will also consider using our hammers. I have a pretty huge supply of hammers, and none of them are gold. I want to have, like, 3 gold hammers by the very end of my career. So any hammer that I could use now, early, which will give me more stats, which will give me more skill points, is good. 4 G1s, okay? Typically speaking, you're never going to have so many hammers that you use it on every single G1. So I wouldn't worry about, like, saving the hammers, really. Unless they're gold. And even in that case, I want to, like, keep 1. I'm going to keep 1 golden hammer for the end of my career, because at the end of the career, your shop will restock and you're likely to get hammers. You're not guaranteed, but you're likely to get hammers. And that's where you really want to hammer hammer it in. You want to use these hammers on these G1s. Okay, so we're gonna use that. Always use the hammer right before the race. Okay, even on this screen, there's this button over here, very handy. I've done it a lot. Like, trust me, even knowing everything about this scenario, I do it a lot where I just forget to hammer. Just do it over here, training items, hammer with the race, go. You know. And a question would be, do I do Asahi High Futurity Stakes or Hanshin Juvenile Fillies? Asahi High Futurity Stakes has a better spark. Hanshin Juvenile Fillies has a better epithet. Epithets will give you more stats. If you're doing triple tiara, which I'm not, I'm doing triple crown. But if I'm doing triple tiara, instead of I'm doing Satsuki Show, I'm doing Oka Show, and I'm doing Japanese Oaks, and at the very end with the Kika Show, I'm doing Shuka Show. If I was doing that, then I would do Hanshin Juvenile Fillies easily, because doing those, the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies and the Queen Elizabeth Cup will give you an epithet, which epithets, if you don't know, give you stats, right? 2 random stats, 2 random stats plus 10, 2 random stats plus 15. A lot of random stats, right? Where are these here? So yeah. But the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies are totally fine. Yeah. Or Asahi High Futurity Stakes. But yeah. I always do Fillies because if I don't have enough stam, I pivot to Tiara route. That's a good idea because the classic Triple Crown ends your 3rd race on a long. So if you don't have long aptitude, you're not doing Triple Crown. But let's say you don't think you'll have the stamina by the time, then you also kind of don't want to do Triple Crown, right? You probably want to do and stick with the Triple Tiara because it pairs well anyway. There's a lot of G1s specific to the Triple Tiara, and so you'll have you'll have those options. So in my case, though, every Uma is different. You want to take a look at what you have. She has 20% stamina growth. She's gonna have the stamina to do the Kika Show, no matter what. So I'm gonna go for the Triple Crown. Or we're also just gonna do Asahi High Futurity Stakes for better sparks. I did the hammer. Okay. All right, here we go. Run it. Ooh. Okay. Now, if I was really like wanting to diagnose what happened, oh my god, we lost. I thought we all lost to an NPC. If I was really trying to diagnose what happened, I would alt F4 right now, load up the game, and it would actually let me watch the race. I'm pretty sure that still happens. But you lose a G1, like typically, if you're a late surger or an end closer, what happened was you got blocked. That's typically what happened. G1s are tougher though, so keep that in mind, but I think I got blocked. I'm gonna use my alarm clock. There you go. Okay. So with G1s, a top question that we're gonna have a lot is like, when do you use your clocks? For G1s, I would just do them as much as possible. For as much as you have clocks, obviously, and keeping in mind your entire stockpile. But I would just use clocks for the G1s. Maybe I would give up after 1 or 2 clocks if it was a race where the aptitude was bad, like this one. This is a mild aptitude. But I would use all the clocks for G1s, and for anything below, I mean, obviously, if I believe I can win. If I don't believe I can win, then I'm never using a clock, right? If I believe I just got unlucky and yeah, that would be the case, I got blocked, then I will use the clocks. But for like anything below G1s, even if I got unlucky, I probably will only use like 1 clock, and then I'll give up. I'll give up, but continue the run. Because it's not like the end of the world, but it is bad. Ooh, Royal Kale Juice. That's very useful for summer. Royal Kale Juice is plus 100 energy, minus 1 mood. Okay, so we're still on plan to do the other one. Let me just double check. Sometimes it says like 3 turns. You always want to check your shop because it says 3 turns here, right? Wrong. There are some items here with only 1 turn left, so I'm like, oh, okay, well, I want to buy these. We'll buy that, we'll buy that. And then we have these left to go. These are scrolls and manuals, so I will buy them immediately so that I could benefit. But now you see I'm building my stockpile of items here, right? This is going to help me out for the summer. I probably never want to buy any more motivating megaphones and just save for whatever empowering megaphones. Speed ankle weights, almost always buy. Stamina ankle weights, having 1 or 2 is nice for summer training. Good luck charms, always buy. Artisan Klee Hammer, but always buy them. Vita 20, pretty much always buy as well. But yeah, we're not even going to look at training. Okay, I'll look at training. Nothing crazy. Okay, we're going to go here. Training items, hammer. And we go. This is a medium distance track, so I should win, like, pretty easily. Hopefully I don't eat my words, but I should win easily. Yeah, you get like 5 retries total. I think 6 on the first, like, you get 1 freebie per day. Is there any point in saving the grilled carrots? I just use it immediately. You can pick up charming later, and if you use the grilled carrots while you have charming, that will give another bond points. You give more. So it's +5 to all typically, but with charming you get +7 to all. So that's another 10 more bond points each. It's pretty good. Ooh, unfortunate. Okay, but my shop is refreshed. I've only done 2 races in a row. You can always check, like, racing, and then Tazuna will tell you. She'll always warn you. If it's like 3 or above, she'll always warn you. But let's take a look at the shop. Kale juice is a must for summer. Stamina manual, speed, ankle weights. I'm running low on money, so I definitely am incentivized to race because I want these grilled carrots. I want the Vita 20. I don't think I want the reporter's megaphone. Definitely don't care about the binoculars. Sorry, I mixed up the 2 items. Definitely don't care about the binoculars. But I'm down like, what, 75? I don't care about these. Slow metabolism, migraine, not common enough for you to like stockpile on them. If you're obviously afflicted with them, buy them. But yeah. Joe, thank you for the 6 months membership. But yeah. We are good to race here. It's not a G1, so we are not using a hammer. For skills, pretty much I've got everything I want. Was the Slick Search and the unique skill. If I think I'm going to have more trouble, I'll consider buying something else. But I think I'm like pretty set right now. I got through the hardest part of this career, which is the early game. This is a rival racer. Always check to see like turf medium, turf mile. Sometimes like Keisei High doesn't have a rival, you know, which is so unfortunate. But even if it's like recommended by Tazuna, just make sure you have a rival racer, because otherwise there's not that much of an incentive to race these races. Nice. And good question. Should I run it at G2 or G3 that has a rival? G2s and G3s are essentially the same. Essentially. Alright, there's minor differences, but it's essentially the same. The rival is like a world of difference. You want to always race the rival. Okay. Mood down. Mood is going to be an issue because I want great mood for summer. So we're going to look to try and fix our mood somehow. If we can. Because the Royal Kale Juice also tanks our mood. But this is nice. Okay. 3 friends here is really nice. So, gonna buy the items that are gonna expire. Royal Kale Juice is that. Everything else can kind of stay. But good to note is Good Luck Charm. I'm not racing, so I don't need to buy the scroll immediately. But it's never gonna go away, so. Or I'm never gonna get any more items. So I'm just gonna buy it. Okay. We have Vita 20. So Vita 20s are very useful, specifically for this scenario. Gone Probe, and thank you for the membership. Vita 20s are very useful specifically for this scenario because I'm going to look at my energy. I'm at 0. And my wit training is at 81% failure rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the energy. And now it's 25% failure rate. And even if I fail this, I'm not going to lose stats. I'm actually going to continue to gain energy, but I just won't gain the stats here. This is a perfectly acceptable risk. I have 3 friends here, and I use the energy 20, the Vita 20 specifically, just to raise the failure rate or lower the failure rate from 81% to 25%. And now I could safely do this. I'm also going to just eat the carrots because it doesn't look like I'm going to get Bond or Charming. So we'll just do that. I don't think it's typically very worth it to use your good luck charms for wit. So Vita 20 is usually what you use for that. Okay, she failed. But I didn't get stats, but I still got the energy, which is not bad. And she doesn't like suffer as well. Like any like mood down or bad events, really. Totally acceptable. We got 2 turns left for the stamina ankle weights. I can keep it. But I'm looking to raise my mood, and another good way to raise your mood is by doing races. So, I have to look at the next upcoming 3 months. There's no possibility of rival here, so racing here is like a given. I could early March race. Typically, that's a very easy pattern is race, rest, then you have like an option of these 4 races. You're not going to do 4 of these in a row, but you have these options, right? So I'll rest on late April is where I want to do. Or I could rest early March and run these string of 3, late March, early April, late April, skip this, and do these 3 as well. That's an option. But you want to think about your races in 3s. So, but yeah, this one is totally fine for me to do. I'm going to look for anything with bad weather. Nothing has bad weather. I'm going to look for rivals that typically are not very strong. Like Gold Ship's really strong. Vodka is one of the strongest mares. NTR, not into top road. You know, like if I have a higher chance. I'm going to race her. All right. The bottom option every time. Ooh, wow. Another good luck charm. At this rate, like for summer, all I need is mood. I'll have like 3 good luck charms for it, which is kind of crazy. I don't want to buy another stamina ankle weights. These are very expensive, so consider skipping them, especially if you already have them, unless they're speed. Okay, I'm gonna skip the stamina though myself. Now, don't confuse this with the other energy drink. This is useless to buy. Okay, the other energy drink is cheaper than Vita 20 and it gives you energy. This one only gives you max. It's useless, absolutely useless. Do not buy that. Very likely you're never reaching cap energy. Okay, so this is a rest turn. We're not racing. This is a rest or training turn. I do have a Vita 20. So question I'm asking myself is, do I want to use Vita 20 for this? And I think the answer is no. It's just gonna raise Brian's friendship. It's not really that important to me. So what I could do is very interesting. I could Royal Kale Juice and go for recreation, but I think I just want to save that for, what's it called, for summer. So we're gonna rest here. Yeah, I'm not. I think I have some time for the shop or for summer, because like races will also have a good chance of improving your mood, and we have like at least 5 or 6 races coming up. Okay, Yayoi Show doesn't have a rival. That's unfortunate. Okay. That's fine, though. I would advise also just like, yeah, forge your own path. Race recommendations, just put forge your own path. Don't let Tazuna tell you what to do, okay? Tazuna doesn't know what she's talking about. That way, you only have rival racers at the top. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll race the Tulip Show then. I mean, we're pretty strong. I'm not that scared. Okay, here we go. Oh, Daiwa's strong, bro. Daiwa is strong. She's gonna take a clock from me. Trace and Tazuna, thank you for being a YouTube member. You just joined the stream, right? Just right now? Just at this very second? Yo, welcome in. What? What, she got third? Oh my god. Nishino Flower? For the YouTube video, we're going to go again. We're going to go again, guys. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Maybe Tazuna has some idea what she's talking about. And there you go. My mood's fixed. My mood's fixed. Remember, races give you a shot for improving your mood. So never count those out. Especially when you have such a long string of them before summer. Okay, for this one, I'm good on stamina. I could get wit. And usually she's low on wit, so I think I'm going to go for that. Alright. Okay, with one turn left. Need a buy, need a buy. Gut Scroll. I should have bought that before the race. Maybe that's why. Empowering, Good Luck Charm. Don't care, don't care. Grilled Carrots, yes. Vita 20, yes. Speed Ankle Weights, yes. And I'm already out. But that's totally fine. I have enough. I have just barely enough for everything I want. Right? Now, like, technically I could hold on to these carrots. I told you that Charming does improve it. And I guess I could still hold on to it. I don't know why I used it earlier. It's not necessarily the best thing. I was expecting a rival here. There's like 3 races where a rival could have appeared and did not appear. That's very unlucky. But, like, typically, so what I'm thinking about are these 4 races. You can very easily skip Yasuda Kinen in the classic year because you could always re-challenge Yasuda Kinen on the senior year. Okay. So skipping on classic year when you're typically weaker is not a bad idea. It's actually a very good idea. But if I rest here and I race, that's not going to be good. I think I'm going to continue the string of 3. I'm going to rest on late April, race, and I could rest on Yasuda Kinen and then do the Takarazuka Kinen. And then this is going to be summer. July through August is summer camp. Just so you know. Okay, we're going to race. Even though we don't have a rival, we're going to race for coins. Because I'm running low on coins. I want to build up a stockpile of coins going into summer. Because when you go into summer, your shop will restock. There we go. And this is entirely with, like, free-to-play cards. Pretty much. Like, no, I mean, the only thing that's, like, not a free-to-play card is Manhattan Cafe. But, like, hopefully you have that. If not, then you have to use, like, a stamp. Wow, I got a long S. If that, you have to use, like, a... maybe another power card to help build your stamina. Ooh, 4 friends here. It's not bad. But it's Satsuki's show. It's a G1. So it's pretty much a guarantee I have to do this. There's a nice sale going on. I could buy these for some stats. I think I buy all of these. Even though these items I do want as well. Technically, I could keep this Master Cleat Hammer. But I mean, I'm almost always buying this. I will hold off on buying the power manual. It's not really that big of a deal. But I'll hold off on it. Oh, I don't even need to buy this. But it's stats. That's why I'm thinking about the race. Okay. Because there's wit training application. That's pretty good. I can think about like saving things. But the scrolls are like... You should almost always buy them. Manuals, I could consider like saving the coins instead for maybe something like that. But it's very likely I'm going to buy them. 3 races in a row. I do have some energy. We're going to go for the triple crown. This is the decision if you're doing triple crown or triple tiara. If you're doing triple tiara, you're doing Okasho, and then you're doing Japanese Oaks on late May, and then in late October, you're doing Shukasho. But I'm doing the triple crown, which means I'm going to do the Satsuki show. I'm going to basically follow my schedule. So. Oh, I could have used the silver hammer here. It's not really that important, like at this stage, because like I could use it for the other ones coming up. But typically, you want to use your silver hammer here. How much better is it to run a G1 race instead of training? And when is it better to train instead of running? Pretty much the only time like you would train instead of running a G1 is on classic year, early June, Yasudakinen, you can consider skipping. But if it's a G1 and your aptitudes match and I guess you can win. And typically a good run that you're high rolling is you're racing G1s you can win. Then I would just, it's almost always the G1s. You don't want to race 4 times in a row though. You could also skip Queen Elizabeth if doing a triple crown. There you go. Yeah, you could do that too. Because like the Queen Elizabeth only contributes to a epithet that where you've done the triple tiara, not a triple crown race. But yeah, we're getting more Master Cleat Hammers, which is great. We got 2 turns on that manual. I could race, but I need to race the Tokyo Yushin. If I race now, that would put the Tokyo Yushin, the Japanese Derby, at my 4th race in a row. So I must not race on this turn. I absolutely cannot race on this turn. Unless I want the Japanese Derby to my 4th race and run that risk. I don't want to run that risk. But we are running low on coins. So I think I might have to skip this manual. This is 2 turns and I'm not racing this turn. If I race NHK Mile Cup, it will be too late to buy this, right? Which I will. I think what I'm gonna do here is take a look at my trainings. I could do the wit trick, but it's not gonna be that great. Resting isn't that amazing either, because like I just use the energy for racing instead. But there genuinely just isn't that many. There isn't very good trainings at all. So I think I'm gonna rest and just hope I retain some energy. I could also just recreation. It might just be better to recreation. I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Try your own things. I'm gonna rest. Just conventionally, that's what I think is the better idea. I'm gonna go with my instinct over thinking about things super critically right now. I could buy that, but I'm already running low. Like, if I buy everything I want here, like, I barely have any to buy everything I want here. So, I might skip that manual. But we are going to race. And it's always going to be G1. Even if there's a rival on a medium distance track, which is in my favor, it's always going to be G1. Okay. Go. What deck am I using? I'm using a free-to-play deck. Unfortunate. I'm gonna go one more time for the G1. It is a mile cup, and there's 12 other late surgers. See, sometimes even with all the preparation, even if, with all the deliberating, the thinking, the decisions you make, sometimes you get screwed on the races. But hopefully you've bought so many clocks. The clocks are important. Okay. Dazzling and marvelous. Okay, we could get some energy. I could end the support card's chain event if I really needed someone else's chain event to go off, but there's no one really who I need their support event to go off. Like, let's say you're running Kitasan Black, you want Professor Curvature. Let's say you're running Super Creek, you want Swinging Maestro. It's perfectly acceptable to click the bottom option, but I'm going to click the energy. I don't know what's coming up. If the next event is like really trash, then I guess you probably should have skipped it. We could do a Guts ankle weight, but it's pretty expensive. I think I'm gonna let it slide. Let it go away. But we'll buy the Power Scroll and the Master Klee Hammer, which is about to expire. We are gonna do the Tokyo Yushin, the Japanese Derby, very highly prestigious race. We're gonna be a Derby horse. Tokai Teo. Nice. Okay, there you go. And you may get auto-use manuals and scrolls in the options. In the options, you'll find it. Maybe someone else in chat can help you if you can't. Because I've already went over it on the video. But Yasuda Kinen. So this is a race I can skip, or I could race it and skip the Takarazuka Kinen. I am more likely to win the Takarazuka Kinen because the Yasuda Kinen is a mile race. So it's perfectly acceptable for me to skip this. If I do though, what would my shop look like? These are expiring in 2 turns. I can't race the Takarazuka Kinen before that. So okay, I can give up on these items. That's totally fine. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna we might have to recreation here. We might have to recreation here so that I have great mood. I'm gonna eat the kale juice and eat the cupcake for summer. Karaoke. Unfortunately, no claw machine. In the classic year, whenever you do recreation, there's a chance for claw machine. But there's only a chance. Oh, she's crying. Pure white marvelousness. Position pilfer. Not bad. Okay. That is a G1 race. There is a double rainbow training, but G1 race at this point I do think is a little better. So I only want to keep 1 gold hammer for the end. We're gonna buy all the items I want to buy. They're gonna expire. If I race Takarazuka Kinen right now, these are all gone. I need to buy them right now. So we are buying. And we're skipping the Guts ankle weights, the glow sticks, and the motivating megaphone. It's fine. We're gonna race, and we're gonna run. I only want to keep 1 gold hammer for the end. In my experience, 1 is good. You can keep 2. I think 2 is a safe idea. But in my experience, holding on to 1 and then hoping for the shop to refresh with a couple hammers is pretty likely. If you want to be absolutely safe, you save 3, but very good. So we're 0 energy. That's fine because I have kale juice and I have the mood cupcake. But now summer is here, and this is where I'm going to be pretty much thinking to train almost all the time. Now I do not have... Always make sure you like keep in mind like what you have in stock. So these motivating megaphones are like total waste for me, right? But like speed ankle weights are good, power ankle weights are good, right? There's Vita 40. Now these are 6 turns, so they're gonna stay in the shop for a while, like past the summer. So you don't have to buy anything right now, which is nice. But yeah, okay, cool. A lot of good items here. I'm gonna use the kale juice and the cupcake. Plus 100 energy, minus 1 mood, plus 1 mood. And I'm gonna use the grilled carrots. And let's just check what my training looks like. You'll see, like, you're not gonna have bond with a lot of your cards, especially if you're running cards like Nadita Brian with no initial friendship. It's gonna happen. But just important to take a look at the stats that you're getting. So this is pretty good. So because I'm training in speed, it's summer. Let's empowering megaphone, the biggest boost. It's only for 2 turns, but that's 2 turns of the summer. And then let me put a ankle weights, and we're gonna run it. So that 31 speed turned into 65 with 25 power. Very nice. Improves 2 bonds too. And now we're looking here. This wit training is looking very nice. There's 3 friends here. We still have the empowering megaphone. Unfortunately, to answer a question that's on a lot of people's minds, no, there are no wit ankle weights. There are no wit ankle weights. Turns out if you wear ankle weights, it does not improve your wit training, your studying. So we're gonna take use of the megaphone that's still active and then hit the wit. More cards, the better, because you gotta keep in mind, like, the cards have training effectiveness. Even if it's not friendship training, they do have training effectiveness. Now, in this scenario, it's like, ooh, there's not really that much good stuff. There is this power training. I could do a power ankle weight here. That wouldn't be the worst thing. Meow. Thank you for the 15. I have questions right now on the stat check for what the stats you should have by junior, early classic, late classic, and senior and late senior. It's hard to say, like, give you a stat line to reach. I don't know exactly, but I feel like I'm running a free-to-play deck right now. As long as you're keeping in mind, like, it's really just speed. Speed, I would try to get as close to 300 as possible after your debut. Very shortly after your debut. That's pretty much it. That's like pretty much the only guideline I really have, like a hard and fast guideline. Okay, it would be very nice for the shop if I had a whistle. If I had a whistle, I could re-roll this training. But for now, I have to consider, do I want to do this power training with a power weight, which I don't have in hand, but I do have in the shop. I could do a power weight with a empowering megaphone that I have in my pocket. 2 cards is nice, and I think she has training effectiveness 10, and she has training effectiveness 5. That's pretty good, you know. They also have mood bonus, right? Which I have mood, right? Or maybe she doesn't have mood bonus. Maybe I'm just talking on my ass. Oh, there's 30% mood effectiveness, so that's good, right? Their effectiveness is mood, and training effectiveness is 5. And she has just nothing. Just friendship bonus. Okay, so this one's like probably the best one I do. Or I race for more coins, right? If I want to buy all these items, and I'm looking at my agenda, I don't really have any mandatory races coming up. I could race at any point. I could use some coins. Like, there's some good stuff here. I get the Wit Manual, get the Berry Sweet, I get Vita 40, Artisan, this, that, you know. I could race here. It's not bad. So I think I will race. There is a rival here. Yeah. Okay. And that's just so that I could get more coins. If you don't really have items in the shop that you want to buy, I would say sure, like, do the training. But I don't have whistles, so I can't re-roll the placements. The trainings don't look that great. So racing for coins is the best way to make up for the poor training. Nice. Yeah, I've never raced this race. It's a summer race. Not a lot of people race during the summer. But the race is much better here. I get a bunch of skill points. You have to keep in mind that you're getting a lot of skill points. Even though you're not getting so many stats, or as many, you are getting skill points. And now look, I have the double friendship training. I could use a speed ankle and empowering very easily. Right? My shop did not refresh. Nothing is expiring. So I'm gonna pop a megaphone, pop an ankle weight. Check my failure rate. That's really good. That's 5%. So I'd have to be super unlucky. There you go. Oh. Well, that's fine. Wow, we still have the ankle weight. And there is no G1 race. So if there's no G1 race, you have a rival racer here. But like double friendship and this girl's gonna become friends too, and we're still making use of our empowering megaphone. These are the type of decisions, or like the type of scenarios where it's like, oh, well, I think training does a lot of good here. You know? This is where I would consider training instead. So I could get another speed ankle weights here. Probably better to save them for summer though. If I don't race here, I'm not going to be able to buy this. That's fine. Let me see if I could buy everything I want to buy. Pretty much. I don't really need Miracle Cure. I don't need these whip manuals either. It might be good to just keep one Miracle Cure over those manuals. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And for this, like, my mood is not up, but that's fine. I have a 21% failure rate. I could easily fix that with some energy. I'll use a Vita 40. Vita 20 is nice just to get, like, the wit to no fail, or like 25% fail. I think I will use the mood cupcake. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Like, yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need it. But yeah, there you go. I'm gonna save the speed ankle weights for the next summer. But we take use of our megaphone that we were able to keep from the last turn of summer. That's another pretty good training. And for this, like, I want to keep my empowering megaphones for summer. These are all gonna go away no matter what. It'd be nice to race here because my shop is gonna refresh and I want some coins. And then I could rest next turn. And then it would be these three. Because, like, I definitely don't want to race here. Because I want to race these three in a row. Kikasho, Queen Elizabeth, Japan Cup. So, it might be good to just race here. Even though the training's, like, pretty good. I think I will train. I think it would be fun. We're just not going to have to race next turn. We'll see what happens. Like, I might regret not having enough coins. We'll use a motivating megaphone. Try and save your empowerings for, like, big training sessions like summer. But this is always nice to just use. Especially if I have, like, a lot, right? If I have a lot of them, then why not? I'll get some extra energy. Someone asked for the deck. This is the deck. It's free to play. Okay. I don't really care about stamina training application. I have 20% stamina growth. I hit it during the summer. It's not a big deal. I could buy that. Maybe a power ankle weight. Artisan cleat. This is nice for racing. Nothing like insanely good. So I'm okay with the shop. Like not having the coins to buy everything there. So we're gonna train. And if we train, looks good if we go with the speed again. I could guarantee I don't fail with Vita 20, but I think we're just gonna keep it. It's 12%. It's a pretty low chance. A gal's got a glam. That she does. Okay. It's a G1, so we are going to race pretty much no matter what. Always want to get in the habit of hit race, then training items, right? Then the cleat hammer. We're gonna race a Kikisho. Yes, I have like Tenosho Autumn, which is medium. Maybe you can argue it's easier. Yes, I have the Shukasho, but the Kikisho is the third leg of the Triple Crown. I did the Satsuki Show, I did the Japanese Derby, so we're racing this. And after this event, Akikawa should congratulate you for being a Triple Crown Musume. This is because in real life, these are the 3 races that, like, pretty much every 2-year-old horse hopes to complete. I think 3-year-old? It's probably 3-year-old horse hopes to win. Yeah, I think it's 3 and then 4 years. So 4th year you cannot race it, right? Yeah, it's 3-year-olds. Okay. All right, eat to your heart's content. Nice. We got a fatty event. All right. It's always going to be G1s. I have 4 turns on this. I don't have to look at the shop. Or, well, I should still look at the shop in case there are any manuals I could buy. There's that. There's that. We're fine to buy those. You could always just save the coins too and keep the option, but we are going to race. I'm not going to use my hammer because I only have 1 and I want to keep 1 for the end of the career. So, that's pretty much it. Like, I feel like we've gone through pretty much every scenario, but we'll see what happens in the senior year. The general idea is just race your G1s, race in 3s. Make sure you have at least some energy. Like, it doesn't matter if it's 1 energy, that's fine. You want to have some energy when you're doing your races. Otherwise, guarantee mood down. Nice, we got a cupcake. Long-awaited lunch. I think this is stamina. And mood. And this is our 3rd race in a row, which is totally fine. We even have a cupcake to mitigate it if we fail. But Japan Cup. This is also a very good one. You could also do Mile Championship, I think. Not too sure. Perfect Practice and Charming are good on this mode. Perfect Practice, do not ever buy. Not worth it. Charming, if it's early enough and you have the bond carrots, very good to get. Or, well, it's still pretty expensive. I wouldn't say it's very good, but it's something to consider. If you just need a little bit more bond, you know, then Charming's pretty good. But you're not training that much, so pretty much like the only way you're getting more value out of Charming is by having the carrots. So I would say pretty much only if you have the carrots. Okay, so that was my 3rd race in a row. This will put me at 4th race. Not worth the risk, no matter what. But it also means that everything that's expiring in 2 turns is going to expire before I get any more coins. So I have to think about buying my things now. Never going to buy the Practice Perfect Guide. This reduces your failure rates by 2% across the board. Not worth it. Stamina training application. I plan to train my stamina through power training or through the summer. power ankle weights worth considering. I want the cleat hammer. I'm thinking of buying the energy drink max, but it's something I could easily skip. Cupcake, I will buy. Stamina ankle weights, I already have one, so I will not buy this. And everything else is expiring later. There's another energy drink max here, so I don't need to buy this one. I don't really care to. So, okay. Easy buys there. Check my training. Okay, I can reduce my failure rate for this wit training by consuming a Vita 20. Let's do that. We are doing this wit training. 6% fail rate. Get some energy. Nice thing about this card is it has 5 friendship recovery. So that's nice. Double speed, but we have the Arima Kinen, and Arima Kinen is going to give me an epithet. So just so you guys saw, or just to recap, right? That, the, what's it called? The Kikasho. The Kikasho got me the achievement Unparalleled Progress. Yeah, Satsuki Show, Japanese Derby Kikasho, which gave me Stunning, right? And when I won the Japan Cup, it also gave me another epithet for not just the Spring and Autumn one, but the Triple Crown. This one says obtain Stunning, which is win Triple Crown, and win Japan Cup or Arima Kinen Classic Year. So I guess I could skip Arima Kinen this year. I'm not too sure. All the epithets that you can earn are over here on uma.guide. But I think I'm just going to race it anyway. Yeah, I think I'm going to race it anyway. I don't think this is all of the ones. This doesn't have the Triple Crown ones. But uma.guide has them. Like how you skipped Arima Kinen last year. You can't skip Arima. You can't race an Arima Kinen on your junior year. Yeah, it's hopeful stakes. You cannot race Arima Kinen. But yeah, we're gonna race here. We'll pop the hammer. Strat to save Master Clee Hammer so the track laser runs at the end. Yes. It is highly advised. I want you to save 2 hammers to be safe, but 1 hammer is what I do, personally. 1 gold. 1 gold. And the 2 hammers are obviously 2 golds. Not gonna lie, this game is making me learn so much about horse races that I would never consider trying. Yep, same. Same, but it's so interesting, right? It's very, very cool. They have so many little conventions, so many traditions, so many cool titles. But yeah, this one, I'm gonna get the skill points. Okay. I mean, our stats are looking pretty good. For a free-to-play horse, and I think, like, we got, like, 2 or 3 high-roll Etsuko events, which are, like, okay. They're technically high-roll, but it's, like, it's not, like, that crazy much of a benefit. But the only other thing we got was, like, the Machigane Fukutaru 3 chain. Like, this is pretty good for a free-to-play deck, I would say. We are at the start of the senior year. Let's think about what we need to do. So we only raced 1 race in a sequence, which is the Arima Kinen. I can... Let's see about buying this. So Pretty Mirror at this point, I get Charming is way too late. Not worth getting. I'm thinking about getting Empowering Megaphone. Well, Empowering Megaphone is almost a must. I need more. At least 2 for the summer, right? Energy Drink Max I'm considering. But if I'm looking at everything else I want to buy, Artisan Clee Hammer, the Plain Cupcake, this, and the Rich Hand Cream. Like, I have enough coins. I can consider, like, not racing, right? To do the stuff that I want. But this is also just the 2nd race in a row. The trainings aren't very good. So let's hit the race. Let's do the Kyoto Kimpai. It's G2 or G3 with rival. Always race against a rival. It is always going to be good. So nothing something does expire, sorry. We'll buy these. Since I'm racing, right? I can afford this. All right. So here we go. This race I haven't done, so you're gonna find that a lot of these races you might not have done, so you might have to watch a few. You can always skip them. Mambo wins yet again, no surprise. We have some pretty good stats here right now, I'd say. Like, I think we can cap out speed with this free-to-play deck. That's gonna be the thumbnail. How to get a good stats on your horse with the free-to-play deck. And then you're gonna highlight the speed. Because my aim right now is to cap out on speed and get like at least 1,000 stamina. With good numbers on everything else. I think I saw Chair here. Chair, are you still here? Okay, so we have races. Third consecutive race. Check it out. Okay, I can easily skip next turn. No G1. So I'm pretty free to like race here and skip the next turn. But we are racing here. Nothing expires. Always check. The training suck. Race. American JCC. All right. Nice. Great items. Got some scrolls, got some manuals. Now, 4th race in a row is a absolute no. Looking at my trainings, like, the speed training's not bad. Let me look at the 2 turns expiring over here. I could skip this megaphone, but yeah, I already have 1 in shop. I don't think I'll ever want more than 3, so I think we could skip that pretty safely. Okay, cool. I'm doing well on money. We are gonna train. Nothing here helps me with training. I have good luck charms, so we could do that if we really wanted to. It's not really that worth though. I think we just rest. I want to save these good luck charms for like end of the year. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, end of the year, like the post-career, the post-senior year part, or the summer camp. So I think what we're gonna do, we're just gonna rest. Check the training. We have wit training, it's pretty decent. I could do a string of 3 races. This one has a rival. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 1, 2. Because I don't want to do like skip 1, 2, 3. Then I have a G1 as my 4th race, right? So don't do that. So it's pretty much I race 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, rest. 1, 2. Right? That's the plan. So, this wit training is okay. I don't have to do 1, 2, 3 also. Like, it's not bad, this one. And I do have empowering motivating megaphones to burn. I do have quite a bit of shop coins as well. The question is, can I buy everything that I want here? Like this megaphone, this manual, this gut scroll. And what about everything else that I want to buy? Just to be safe. Yeah, I think I do. So, like, I can train. I can pretty easily train. This is not a bad training. And I can pop a megaphone too. I think we'll do that. Helps improve the facility level. Wit training is always nice. I get energy back. There's my breath of fresh air, which is nice. So let's buy the items that are expiring. These are 2 turns, but I'll buy them anyway. I could buy the motivating megaphone that I lost, but I don't know if I need to. I'm sure I'll get more. Check the training. There's a power one. It's okay. I think we're just gonna race. And we're gonna race the Osaka High after. Check my hammers. Okay, it's a G2. I don't use a hammer. Only use hammers for G1s, basically. Unless somehow you have, like, so many hammers. It's very, very unlikely you do. Because, like, you see, I'm using pretty much my hammers on all the G1s I can do. I don't have nearly enough. I'm getting so many of these elated coverages. That's a pretty decently high roll. Fast learner? Okay, that is incredibly lucky. The thumbnail's gonna go super hard. The thumbnail's gonna go super hard because I might get an SS horse on a free-to-play deck. I might get an SS horse on a free-to-play deck. With the exception of this card being free-to-play, but, like, it's an SR. Okay. Interesting. Very cool. I might get an SS. This is incredibly luck-based. Do not expect to get SS on a free-to-play deck. But if you get Fast Learner, I mean, like, you know, it could happen. It could happen. Okay, I don't want to buy any of these items that are about to expire. I could, because like, I could get another stamina ankle weights, but I already have one. I don't think I need more. I could get this motivating megaphone. I think I'll probably buy that. It's hard to imagine myself burning through 1 motivating 3 empowerings though. So I think I'm just gonna save. And we're gonna do this G1. I'm gonna pop my hammer. Yeah. Thank you, God of Nosebleeds. Scripted, yeah. I don't see why free-to-play has so many no pulls though. If you played long enough to get 3 welfare SSRs, you probably pulled at least 1 support card banner. Okay, but what card can I say like that pretty much everyone has? Like, yeah, maybe you pulled on a banner, but like what is one card I can say that everyone has? I can't really, you know? That's why I'm trying to make this as relatable as possible. Obviously, replace these cards with whatever you have that's better. Tosin Jordan, easy replace to Kita-san. Same thing with Narita Brian. Or you could replace this with Sleep Tosho, right? Wit cards, a lot of easy replacements. Agnes Tachyon, Marvelous Sunday. Unless you're using this Marvelous Sunday power card, right? But it's just like, I can't, there's no one card I can say that everyone has. These cards I can say that 85% player base has. At least. Haru? Haru is max friend points. Like, I could do it, but some people are starting out, or they don't have max friend points. I don't think it's like, unless you shared your profile, I don't think it's guaranteed you have maximum break. Either way, just use it then. I mean, you could use it in your own deck. I don't know. It's not like I have to use it. I'm trying to just keep it as relatable as possible with the cards I think everyone has. I don't... There's not really... You know... That's my goal. I don't see anything wrong with... I don't think you're saying there's anything wrong with it, but that's my intent, is what I'm trying to explain. Okay. This training's not that great, but with a motivating megaphone, Like, I do need to start burning my megaphones. I don't want to use my good luck charms. I can very easily keep 3. I could level up my speed training application. And I have a motivating here in the shop. And I have another good luck charm. So, I think I will use it. So yeah, we'll train here. And I'll use a good luck charm. Training, hover speed. Because we have such a surplus of it. I want to make sure I'm using it. That's another thing you have to think about is like, we're getting to the end of the career. I want to start using my items. Any items that I haven't used that are still in my bag are items I could have used to improve this run. What about Power Niche no Flower? Great card. Replace Marvelous Sunday with it, 15%, or supplement it, and you have 30% altogether. 1 turn expiration is the salmon ankle weights. I don't care. Vita 20 is 2 turns. It's fine. I'll have the coins for it. I'm going to drink this energy drink max, which is going to give me the energy to race, which is 5. A total of 5 energy. Perfect. Race. Long S, bro. Sorry. I didn't react to long S. I know some people were like, oh my god, long S. I got long S on the first inspiration. Sorry. Yeah. No, long S. We got double long S, which is kind of crazy. All right, here we go. One turn. You get some stats. I'll grab this energy before it expires, because I'm probably going to use it. And you want to do it this way, because, like, let's say I raced last race, and I did the bottom event, and I got minus 20 energy, I'd be at 0. So it's the same as if I used the plus 5 energy, but I spent less coins for that plus 5 energy, right? The energy drink max. So... Uh-oh. That's bad. I mean, it's not, like, horrible right now, but, like, yikes. So unfortunate. How do we lose with these stats? That's right. That's right. Yeah, vodka is strong. Vodka is one of the strongest mares to ever live, so... One of. Probably the strongest that we... For Japanese horses is Almond Eye. I think, like, Australia has some pretty, like, really strong horses, so... Ooh, double friendship! Double friendship! That's pretty good. I think that's worth a charm. Okay. Yeah, I think that's worth a charm. That might even be worth a motivating megaphone. Yeah. As long as I can buy everything else, I will consider buying that. Oh, empowering. I'm gonna buy these. If I give up... Where's the hat? Where's the... If I give up that, can I buy this? I think I'd just buy that later. And so I'll use this now. Yeah. I have 2 for summer and I have like 1 left over just in case. So I think we'll just buy these. And for that, yeah, because this is a 3rd race in a row, right? And I want to do the Yasuda Kinen. definitely this turn or this year. So I'm at 0 energy. We're gonna empowering, not speed ankle weights. Good luck charm. And train it. I think it should be very likely I get an SS horse. It should be very likely. We'll see. Okay. We're gonna use this Artisan Cleat Hammer. Oh, I have 0 energy. That's bad. And I throw. I have Cupcake. I do have Cupcake. Oh my god. Okay, don't throw. Pro tip, do not throw. I had energy drinks. I even had energy drink max. I should have used that. Pro tip, do not throw. Okay. When the stakes are high, do not throw. When you're recording a YouTube video, do not throw. It's probably a bad idea. We're gonna keep the coins for summer. Like, yeah, there's this motivating megaphone here, but I have like a surplus of empowering megaphones. So we're just gonna buy that before it expires. I have the good luck charm there. It's pretty much a guarantee I'm buying that, but I have energy this time around. I only have 1 gold hammer, so we're not going to use it. We're going to win the Takarazuka Kinen, and we're going to enter the summer with 3 good luck charms because 1's in the shop, and a bunch of training improvements. So that's the goal. Okay. Nice. Ooh. Wait, I got a 4th charm. I could train 4 times without spending a single energy. And that's the beauty of Track Blazer, ladies and gentlemen. That is the beauty of Track Blazer right there. I could even buy a power ankle weight if I wanted to train power here. Okay, check the training. Ugh. They're so bad. They're so bad. Oh no. Okay, this power and stamina is not too bad. I need to train some stamina. We do the stamina. We'll do the stamina, that's fine. Empowering stamina ankle weights, good luck charm? Question mark? Empowering stamina ankle weights, good luck charm it is. $42 stamina. Good shit. Good stuff. Censor that. Censor that. Mambo. Good mambo. Power weights it is. With a good luck charm. Now this is like picture perfect. Chances are you're now gonna get 4 good luck charms by your second summer, but like this is the stuff you can do. This is the point of racing so much. If you're wondering like why do I need to race so much? Why should I race so much? What's the point of it? This is the point. It's so that you can cheat. Now this the real crime, the real shame is I have no whistles. I have absolutely no whistles, which is such a shame. But pop the empowering megaphone first, just to look at all the numbers here. And I think I am just gonna go with the speed ankle weight. And the good luck charm. And see, I'm utilizing all my ankle weights here. Especially the ankle weights that are not speed. Because, like, speed, typically my training facility out of summer is fine. But here, all my stamina, power, whatever. Ooh. Do I have a guts ankle weight? Oh, I should have kept one guts ankle weight. Wow. That would be nice. That would have been amazing. See, I should have kept one guts ankle weight. Misplay. That was definitely worth it. I have 56 coins. I could have afforded it. Possibly. Yeah. Unfortunate. But these are way too many stats anyway to give up. It's so good. Considering using energy instead of my good luck charm, because saving energy is always, or saving those good luck charms are always nice. I have 2 of these, and I could use this for racing. My failure rate for this is 90. I think I could get this up pretty well. And I have another energy drink in the shop. %. Hey, if you have money, you can do anything you want. That's the lesson of Track Blazer. Not a real life lesson, but a lesson for Track Blazer. Megaphone's already active. Alright, stats are looking pretty good. We have a rival race. I might rival race here. I can rest here. And then I race. And this one, I think I will get an epithet if I do Mile Championship, because I did the Japan Cup last year. So we might do this. Right? I don't know. But we'll do race. I could skip those. Now, these last races are pretty much optional, so long as it's not like gating an epithet. You could consider skipping these, but depending on the training, because typically at this point your train facilities are pretty high and your bonds are maxed out, so training becomes a much higher consideration. But yeah, I'm gonna race right now because I want coins. Yeah, if I had whistles, like strangely enough, this run had no whistles, but I would use whistles on those summer trainings because then I could have got like actual decent friendships. But like that said, it wasn't that bad. Senior Autumn Triple Crown doesn't give epithet. I'm not too sure if, like, it probably does. But even then, like, if the training outweighs it, which sometimes it just outright will, you're going to want to do those. Okay, sure. I already have a Miracle Cure, right? I even have Rich Hand Cream. I got 3 plain cupcakes, so this is obviously way too much. I don't want to risk minus 30 stats. I was considering, like, do I want to do 4 races in a row? But I don't want to risk the stats. Okay, ankle weights are good. Coaching, who cares? Power, who cares? I am out of money, so we are going to acquire more money. I can safely race here and rest next turn. I have energy. Oh my god. I have energy. Always check. Is a mid MLB card better than 0B gray one? If you're talking about SRs, then yeah. A lot of times, yeah. Quite often, but it's like, it depends on what the card is, obviously. Ooh, wow. Nice. Wow, there's a lot of megaphone. Empowering too. Skin outbreak I don't need. Slow metabolism I don't need. These are considering. Don't need coaching. Don't need guts. Don't need this. 70. Manual. Okay. That's fine. We want to train here. I have so many megaphones. I have like empowering here. And I have another one in the shop, which is something I'm likely going to be able to put to good use on the last year. Or like after Adamikinen. It could be cool to have like 3 of these empowering megaphones. It's probably overkill though. But there are 3 trainings after Adamikinen. So worth considering. I think we just empowering. Oh, we could just keep it too. But yeah, we're training here. The power sucks. No, we're training speed. Why are you not using your max energy drink? My max energy drink is for me to race with 0 energy. It's not for max energy. Max energy is pretty much useless. Power ankle weights, guts, manual. And now we're racing. We're gonna race a lot. Yeah, speed is pretty much capped. Yeah, we're at 1100 speed. We're gonna get like 60-ish speed at the very end. Speed is pretty much capped. I probably didn't even need to train speed there, to be honest. Not even 60. It's probably even more. But I know 60 for sure from the 3 races. But it's probably more. We'll use this hammer. Yeah, we might have went too hard on speed. Chat, do me a favor. Keep track of how much speed I should be getting at the end of the career. That way I can tell you guys where you want your speed to be if you want to cap it. Now, again, I do want people to keep in mind, anyone watching, whoever has made it this far, first of all, congratulations. If you guys made it this far, type Banana Mambo in the comments. But, yeah, I just want to emphasize again, I got fast learner and I got super high rolls. So don't expect your runs to go this well. And, you know, just practice makes perfect. In the comments, but yes. Okay, in the chat too. Why not? Alright, racing. Buying. Never energy. Could get that. That's good. It's fine.
Thanks for resubbing, Fold.
Yo, what up, Boss Smitty? Thank you for the tier 3 holy for 8 months. Boss Smitty's back. Just got back from a 3-week training out of in the middle of nowhere. They didn't come back to work and they immediately put on a 12-hour shift. With more work piling up, I won't be able to be the leader of the clan. Maybe later I could come back when I have more free time, but I got a little time to chill before I head to bed and wake up at 5. Yo, thanks so much for resubbing, dude. Tier 3 is crazy. Thank you so much for the love. And no worries, dude. I think someone already took over just automatically because I think you haven't logged in. But it's all good. Whenever you're feeling up to it, you know. Whenever you just down to just hang out, you could just hop in chat. So, appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude. Hope you're doing well. All right, back to the video. Let's do the Queen Elizabeth Cup. Yep. Sick. We're gonna have a lot of coins for the end of the career shop. But again, these races that I'm doing right now, you can consider training instead. You can consider training instead. But yeah, you might want to cut this out, editor. You might want to cut this out. Not right now. But yeah, let me check real quick. Uma.guide. Let me just check real quick if there's an epithet for Senior Triple Crown. I don't think so. Alright. There's no... There is a classic. Yeah. So for classic, you can win Japan Cup or Arima Kinen Classic and get incredible. But the senior, there's no like senior. Right? There's no senior. So like, as long as you've done them in the classic year, you're fine to kind of skip these. Fall champion, is it? Win the Tenosho Autumn, Japan Cup, and Arima Kinen. Okay, but not in the same year, right? I won the Japan Cup in classic year. So to get this epithet, I could skip this year or do Mile Championship, which... we did NHK Yasuda Kinen, so Mile Championship would actually give me 30 stats. But if these trainings were super good, I'd consider it too. They're not. We are going to race in the Mile Champion. So we are racing the Mile Championship because if I won NHK Yasuda Kinen, which I have, and Mile Championship, I'll get these stats. And because I've already done the Japan Cup last year, and the only way to get like credit for it, or like just having raced in it at all, gives me credit for it. If I've done Classic, it gives me credit for Incredible, which I've done, and Arima Kinen, but that's besides the point. You don't need to run both. And this already should be counted. So Mile Championship will give me another 30 stats. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully win too, because like it is a mile, but we'll see. Nice. All right. Nice. There you go. That's the 2 stats. And there's my mood, but I have the cupcake. I have the cupcake. And I don't even need the cupcake. But I want stamina. Let me get the stamina. Okay, I don't want to race here. Because I want to race... I don't want to race 4 times in a row, and I do want the option to race Arima Kinen. So anything expiring in 2 turns is what will expire. Might need that. Manual. Stamina ankle weights. I'll buy that. And then we have turns to buy these. I don't need speed manual. I don't need speed ankle weights. Because my speed's already capped. Okay. Training. Ideally, speed, stamina. Guts is okay. If I could, I'd whistle here. I don't mind using... I could keep these for the last trainings. I don't have Guts Hammer or Guts Weights. I'll use the mood. I could just try and rest too for the end of career trainings, but I have one good luck shot. Yeah, I think I'll rest. It's fine. These just kind of suck. Fuji gives you 30 energy. Yeah, the speed ankle weight, you're right. It's probably better for power than power training itself. You're probably right there. I probably bought too many ankle weights for other stuff. The speed ankle weights are definitely worth. Anyway, ooh, I could have got Guts training application, but not anymore. That's fine. It's not really that important. I mean, I guess I could wit. Yeah. Why rest when I could just wit? Do I have any megaphones that I could buy? I could buy coaching, but if I use coaching, it'll cut out. Wait. I could override the megaphone, no? I don't want to use it. There might be something better. Very likely there's something better. Alright. Oh, so Fuji... Oh, I see. So there's Fuji at the end of the early December gives you energy. Didn't know that. A lot of little things like that you can learn in this scenario. I like power training. And I do have power ankle weights. I don't gain anything from this Arimakinen since I did complete it last year. Right, chat? I don't win anything for completing it again. So power training is actually fine here. Oh, but the shop. I do want shop. I do want coins. I want coins. Yeah, we're gonna race for coins. Check my hammers. We're good. Arimakinen at the end of my career. I did not get a whistle the entire run, no. But 700,000 fans. It's looking pretty good. Ooh, got a hammer here already. And a wit scroll. It's nice. Very cool. Yeah, so it's like 70 stats when I do all these races with the hammers. Check the shop. Ooh, we got 3 golden hammers. See, it's not guaranteed, but it's likely you're going to be able to get the hammers you want. And we got the reset whistle as well. Great. We could buy that next turn. We could buy this next turn too, right? I already have a gold hammer anyway. No, well, the speed training can give me more power. It can give you more power. Let's do that, then. Guts doesn't look good. Stamina's okay. I could get more power. I could also just get more stamina. Yeah, I might just do stam. Use my stamina weight when I can. And like, this is okay. It's decent enough. Now we have to... This is the end of the career, so there's 3 trainings and 3 races. And so now I can shop if I wanted to, if I needed these hammers. I don't. But this is where you want to use the gold hammers. This is exactly where you want to use the gold hammers. I don't ever need to even buy this. But I could buy these too if I wanted. But I don't need to buy anything right now. Always make sure. Okay, that's kind of crazy. So the button for using your training items is not up here, but it is here. Okay, so don't forget to do this. If you forget to do this, just delete your horse. It's send it straight to the glue factory, okay? But no, but seriously, like, do not forget this. This is so vitally important, okay? It is vitally important that you use your gold hammers for these last 3 races, okay? Oh my god, it's a mile? Why? Oh my god, because I did mile championship this time around. Okay. It is what it is. Run it. Yeah, don't use the rice item on the training turn. There's a training turn, race. Training turn, race. Training turn, race turn. So they're separate turns, okay? They are separate turns. Good tip. Okay, we might have to use the power weight here. I want to use the whistle, actually. You don't get any coins. Oh, I didn't realize you don't get any coins. Wow. Okay, well, I need 2 gold hammers. Minimum. I could afford this whistle. I probably want 1 energy. And that's it. Otherwise, I could use this wit scroll. Let's buy these 3 items, just to be sure. Actually, I have energy right now, right? What's the failure rate? I have some energy. Alright, well, pop the whistle. That's good power. That's good power. That is a speed ankle weight right there with an empowering. Let's check the energy with it. Okay, 18%. I think that's fine. I could buy the scroll instead of the Vita 20 for more stats. Use energy, play safe. Power is better. Is it? It's... This would give me... I think this would be like 21. Oh, this is 23. This would give me more stamina. Ooh. You might be right. Oh well. I already used it. And this is gonna give me more skill points now. You're right. This probably would have been better. Because it would have given me more stamina. Maybe the stamina is more worth. Maybe I just... forget it. Right? Maybe I just do it anyway. Okay, fine. We'll do it anyway. Yeah. That's 21. Less failure. I'm doing it. And I'm going to buy the wit scroll too. Because I have 2 gold hammers. Check. Double check. I'm good. I'm going greedy. I want the stats. Go. Nice. Okay, and last training is good luck charm. We are good to go. Don't forget the hammers. Do not forget the hammers. Always hammer. Nice. We don't need to buy skills. I know with my stats, Mambo is incredibly strong. All right, this is a stamina turn. Nice. Good luck charm. No more coins. So you don't get any more coins for the last shop. Even with the Twinkle Star races, you don't get any coins. So very good to race. Like, the senior year agenda, you can skip those races for better trainings. 100%. But always make sure you have coins for the last shop. At least to buy 2 other gold hammers, which is 80. At least to buy 2 other gold hammers. But yeah. Stamina's up. I have nothing else to use. So there we go. Click power angle to see the stat. Oh well, too late. It might have been better. I'm good. And so, at the end of the career, I have 2 unused cupcakes, 1 unused rich hand cream, which is fine, 1 unused miracle cure, probably too expensive, and 1 unused power ankle weights, unfortunate. Misplay, and like, these probably have bought too much as well. But, we are definitely capped out on speed, 100%. We have good power, good stamina, good other stats, all on a free-to-play deck. Let's finish the run. Let's see the entire thing. Okay, well, I've never done this race, apparently, for a mile. So I guess we could try and see it. Here we go. The last final race for Mambo. Here we go. Do unused items affect career points? No, but if you have unused items, that means you could have used those items in the career, right? But you didn't, and so it's like a waste.
目の離せない激闘も今回で決着を迎えます。トゥインクルスタークライマックス最終第3戦。トゥインクルトップスターに輝くのはどの馬娘か。この評価は少し不満か。
Does Bamboo Memories headband say Dream?
さあ今日の主役はこの馬娘を置いて他にいない。ここまで無敗三冠馬娘マチカネタンホイザ一番人気です。
Yeah?
優秀の頂点に輝くのはどの馬娘か。トゥインクルスタークライマックスいざ開幕です。
ゲートイン完了。出走の準備が整いました。
Look at this cinematic camera.
各馬娘綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。
Oh no, Mama looks like she didn't get a good start.
これから第2コーナーへかかっていきます。
But that's okay, she's a late surger. We got Happy Meek.
この位
We
置なら
have
周囲の様子を伺い
Little Kakan.
冷静にレースを進めてますね。
There's no bitter glass.
先頭からしんがりまでおよそ
But all the G1 Umas, oh my gosh.
さあ花に立ったのはアイネス
All Umas in G1 outfits.
ことができるか。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは
Wait, this looks really cool.
少し後ろからハッピーミーク待機シャトル4番手
It's okay, Mambo's got the inner gate. She's just biding her time, chat. She's just biding her time. Look, she's moving up. She's moving up. Look at her go. Oh, it's Mambo time. Okay, cut through. Oh god. Oh god. She's blocked. Move up. Oh my god, they're trolling her. They're trolling her. Wait. Okay, we found something. We found something. Okay. Oh god. Find motion, move out of the way. Wait, is she actually gonna lose? Wait, lightning. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. Holy, that was close. Easy clap. Easy clap. Never had a doubt. Never had a doubt. Holy, yo, what the? Bro, Boss Mini. Holy shit. Thank you for the 20 gifted. Holy. Yo, for Mambo. There you go. Mambo. Machigan and Tannhäuser is your Twinkle Star Climax free-to-play deck, by the way. Champion. Mild champion. Yo. Thank you so much, Boss Mini. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. Did I hear the new announcer? I think it was the same one. Holy, dude. Thank you so much. Well, there you go. There you go, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our career. Let's take a look at the ending stats. Let's take a look. Holy. Twinkle Star Climax Champion. The moment of truth, guys. SS plus speed. SS stamina. She might even be better than the one I had with a pay-to-win deck with. Well, she won't have the skills, unfortunately. She will not have the skills. But we do have Fast Learner, which is kind of crazy. I'm going to lower the sub sound just a bit, but we're going to pick our skills. We're going to skip this part because this is all just like depending on what exactly you want to build your Uma for. Here we go. So, learning these skills, pretty much using all our skill points. We have Fast Learner. We have all these stats. Let's see. Do we get an SS? I think we do. There it is. SS rank 18,000. How to get an SS rank Umamusume with a free-to-play deck. Granted, I am 5 stars. Machigana 10 Hoiza. So base stats were higher. And on top of that, I did have skill hint books for Slick Surge. But I think you could just do a few more races and buy Slick Surge. I don't really think it's very likely you're going to lose your debut. You know what I mean? Yeah, my Legacy Uma, my own Legacy Uma is not that great. I borrowed one. You can find one on the site. I did high roll a lot, so keep that in mind. There you go. That is an SS rank Uma on a free-to-play deck, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, if this was helpful to you, it's a 2-hour, 30-minute video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment below. If you guys want me to do one of these runs again, it's very long, as you can see. We'll see what we could cut out. But I do kind of want to keep this like minimal editing so that you guys can see every decision. But yeah, use code Mambo for 10% off your gamer subs, as of course, because we use Mambo. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.